He then starts to think about how he's gonna be able to have the most beautiful wife when he makes it, saying that everything in his life could be going horribly wrong. But if he just had some money, all of the issues in the entire world would magically disappear because he would have complete and utter power over everything and everyone, making his life perfect. All from a piece of paper. But at the same time, Kendrick knows that what he's doing is wrong and unethical. So now he can pick the good or the bad. The good obviously being don't steal, and the bad doing risky things to get money quickly. In his heart, there's one side of him that wants to start doing the right thing, which he calls hallelujah, and another part that just wants the lust of money and excitement, which he calls Halle Berry. Each side trying to pull him into a different direction, but then a realization. How is money viewed? Sure, money can get you the girl, but Kendrick wants real love. So now he's just looking at her as a distraction.
Be the last one out to get the stove. No way, love on the bucket head, no way.
Think of it like climbing the mountain of life. People will take their backpacks full of necessities and their morals, things they love, but it's a lot of stuff, so it's heavy. So it's crazy what people are willing to do to get up the mountain faster, dropping stuff from their backpacks more and more just to get to the top first. So when you get up there, you forget why you even climbed up here in the first place. Does Kendrick want that? So far, Kendrick has been kinda immature. But this is showing an awakening to what he can finally do to change. So this is it. After seeing Shireen later, his life is about to completely change. He can actually make it out of Compton. All of these trials and tribulations for Kendrick to wake up and finally realize he can make it out. Oh, wait.
Go.
Poetic Justice is seen as one of those songs on every album about love. So this is a love story between Kendrick and Shireen, right? Well, not exactly. First, Poetic Justice is used as a literary device, being this sort of special tool that writers use to make their stories more interesting and lifelike. So when you see a phrase like Poetic Justice, think about someone who's always been too busy for love and just pushes away anyone who's ever cared about them. But then one day they fall deeply in love with someone else, but they end up being too busy for them. That person finally gets what it's like and realizes they need a change. Poetic Justice takes place right after the events of the first song, where we saw Kendrick meet Shireen and fall in love with her. But what I didn't mention is that Kendrick meeting Shireen to the drive to her house take place months apart from each other. And there's a bunch of crucial information in those months that we need to break down. So from that first song, we can see that Kendrick likes Shireen. But the thing is that he doesn't just like Shireen, he likes Shireen.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit.
So every passing moment he's thinking about her, wanting her, but he starts seeing that something is kind of off about her because she's always with the wrong crowd and she likes him one day and the other completely ignores him. Turns out Shireen has been sneaking around with other dudes, and the dude she messes around with in this song is, not important.
Your natural hair and your soft skin and your big and that sundress.
Except Kendrick likes this. He likes the chase. How complicated their relationship is really has him thinking that she really wants him. So he starts doing everything he can to start to understand her and get as close to her as possible, becoming friends with her friends, acting cool, but nothing seems to work. Time passes and she eventually gives in, and Kendrick and Shireen start talking more and more every day. But it's extremely clear that she's only using him for one thing. So here we are, sitting on the curb with her, looking as beautiful as ever. And Kendrick starts telling her about this dream he has about true love. He talks about how love should be more than just, taking the skin boat to Tuna Town. It should have a more deeper emotional connection. And if they actually fell in love, Kendrick will be able to protect her and save her from this situation that she's in. Shireen, looking at Kendrick, confused. She tells him she's not looking for anything that serious. So she tells him no, but they can still smash pissers. And you know what Kendrick says to this? After everything he's done with this girl. Okay. You know what's really good about this song is that it's placed right smack in the middle. So at this point, you're able to get familiar with everyone and how they would act. We already know Shireen is bad because she led Kendrick to these two guys a couple songs back. So the whole time you're thinking, well duh, Kendrick doesn't want to be with this girl, she's bad. But Kendrick doesn't know that. All he knows is that he met this girl at a party and he really likes her. Every song has been building up, showing us every fumble Kendrick has taken so that he can learn. Because if we compare Kendrick a couple of months ago at the party, only seeing Shireen as someone he can smash, to now you can see how much he's changing. So us, as the listener, forced to see Kendrick do the wrong thing, knowing that he would eventually change. Kinda.
Tell me exactly what you want me to do right now. Like pretend I was right there on that park bench. That breeze probably felt good. So I'm gonna get up in a second and I'm gonna close my door and I'm gonna do every single thing you tell me to do. 'Cause I want to.
Shit, your video the first time cut off before all of that. The only thing I heard the first time was women hit their sexual peak at 40. Now we into adoring and being adored. I feel you on that. Yo, you just turned me on so much just now. I mean, made my dick hard and shit. I'm on this long ass lunch break, so I just went for a walk, but I feel you. Like, you know what I want you to do though? What I dare you to do? I dare you to do this. I dare you to close the fucking blinds, lock the door, and masturbate in your office. I want to see you come, yo. Like, for real. I might just whip my dick out on the street. Okay, I wouldn't do that. Not in broad daylight, but still, I want to see you come. For real. Like, for real, for real.
My daughter's in the hospital. I don't know if she's dead or alive.
Lee, did you do it? That's completely out of touch. And it's an insult to the intelligence of the American people and the lived experience.
Can I tell around how dope that metal briefcase splashed off that suit?
Hey, boy.
Is that 3-piece?
Get it with the shoe, though.
Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't have a different color leather swap over.
It's called a double monk strap.
105th Street.
Jesus, these niggas talk all day about nothing. And then proceeded to ask this nigga to toot it up multiple times so we can get a view of this outfit that makes no sense.
Bro,
I don't understand.
He's just mad that he can't put his foot up there.
I didn't speak one time in the middle of it. You just mad because I'm making points and you feel like you've been hit by. You've been struck by.
I want you to get your ass back up on that chair the way you was sitting up like that. But do that with your pants off. Spread them legs the way you had them spread. Show me your flower so I can taste it. Damn, I want to suck your flower. And I want you to play with that clit. Show me how you like it. Masturbate for me. so I can learn thy ways. Oh yeah. Take your top off too.
Until I die, live the life of a boss player. Cause even when I'm high, fuck with me and get cross later. The future's in my eyes. Cause all I want is cash.
You look real pretty. Let me pull up your shirt and.
You can't touch this.
I've only met MC Hammer one time in my life, and he was a nice guy. I mean, he was okay. But at the time, a lot of rap was going on that was really kind of offbeat, very derogative towards women.
No, baby, you look real pretty. Let me pull up your shirt and suck your titties.
And I really got pissed off because I certainly didn't need the money. And I told my accountants and lawyers, no more rappers are allowed to use any of my stuff. Nothing. I was driving in LA, and I hear the DJ say something about Rick James, and then he said, this is number 5 in the country, pop record or something, and he played it on the, and I said, oh, great, you know, I'm back. And then the record stopped, and the guy said, can't touch this. What? And then he really pissed me off. He says this line, my music hits me so hard. And I really got inflamed. His music, and I remember calling up my accountants and lawyers and said, I really thought I told you guys not to let any more rappers use my stuff. I was yelling, and then they said, you know, you're gonna be making something, and I said, okay, never mind.
Rick James is very, very, very happy.
Me and the others ain't the same kind. I know that we ain't on the same grind. Better hope you on the same side. Funny how I am the one, but I'm not the one at the same time. It's no surprise, hard work really pays off. Some rather sell their soul cause it pays more. It's really such a shame how they all are cancer to the game. Why you think they got him up on that stage for? These bars ain't a gimmick. I'm a menace from start to the finish. Took 2 L's to see that I was standing on business. Look outside, you gon' see a line at the clinic. It's kinda dumb, you hitting on everyone. You gon' catch something, ain't no removing until you're done. Or better, you're introducing another fatherless son. Calling each other ops, but sharing a woman's tongue. I would've stopped if I knew what this would become. It's a joke, I'm about to do the most, and it probably won't change, but what's a world without hope? Worry about the wrong things, the election's getting close. Put a woman on a poll, maybe that'll make them vote. Aw damn, it's too complex. Maybe I should let it rest. I had Nas X, y'all got Lil Nas X. How about you supposed to know if you never studied the text? As far as what they're wearing, that's something we won't address. Let's move on, been doing this for too long. Need a new deal, I just wanna put my group on. Time to bring the real, stop fishing in a new pond. Cause everything's contaminated, now we gotta amputate it. Some say I'm too animated, but they gotta follow that with he's nice animated. Tell Skip that he can't debate it. I really came to invade and you can't evade it. Even the West love my drive like it's candy painted. So tell the world that we bringing those vibes back. That what he just say or rewind that. Back when all you needed was a kick and a hi-hat. The storytelling days, slick brick with an eye patch. I got it all, this what I call home. It's been a long road to get from Providence to award shows. They say sex sells, that's why they put out women in short clothes. Now all I'm ever seeing is torsos. I'm back doing God's work. I'm only second if it's God first. I skipped the parties, now I embody the hard work. Tripped over pennies and lost so many, my heart hurts. Now I'm putting bars behind bars like a Converse. I wonder why the people you idolize and see with your idle eyes ain't willing to itemize all the things that I needed to get this revitalized. The poison our ears and eyes consume is the bigger prize. I prophesize, I know where all y'all headed. Only think with her, that's why we all hard-headed. Let any girl get it, not knowing if she a keeper. Wouldn't know what a 10 is if you ran into Serena. This is all prime, and I'm coming for all mine. It's fabuloso how you about to see floor shine. It's hard to lead people, you know that I all blind. But I'm up for the challenge, for greatest of all time. Cause they keep saying what I can't do. Never ask for handouts, now I got a handful. Whenever you a standout, they don't understand you. I don't set trends better than I set examples. But maybe I'm too clean, maybe I don't curse enough. Ain't gun swapping, pill popping in my verse enough. Well, check the resume, can't say that I ain't worked enough. I'm too humble and they ain't down to earth enough. It's different when it's real, did it with the skills. Scars on my body only show you that I'm healed. I think of where I'm from, it's hard not to get the chills. Father left when I was young, thank God for Uncle Phil's. Cause nothing's what it seems, so I had to switch the dream. From being rich and famous to richer when I leave. It's hard to not believe after all that we achieve. When you make your own movie, they can't cut you from the scene. Mean.
It's always been pornography in music, but it has a place and it's not in the mainstream. No shade to nobody, I don't want no smoke. You go back to 94 up until now and you check out the black music and see where it came from. And it was positive, it talked about the things in our lives and stuff like that. Now if these guys are out here just saying, you know, I shot my friend and you gotta get a body on you, or you ain't got no bodies on your gun, you ain't. I heard a record today that said, put the D-I-C-K in my hand, on your tongue. I was like, what? Amazon Man was playing that. Do this. Our children can't even listen to black radio. It's not fair, especially when you have artists that really have something to bring to the table to heal you.
Yeah. There's a law in physics that basically says that when you have energy that is vibrating at a particular frequency, within 17 seconds, other energy like that will be attracted to it. So if I'm having a positive thought or a negative thought, then what happens is that energy is attracted to it. I have other thoughts that are like that thought. So if you do that 17 seconds, for 68 seconds, then momentum begins to occur. So let's say that I'm normally, all of our emotions have a frequency to it. So if I'm in despair or anger or worry, all of those are lower, denser frequencies. You get into things like contentment, happiness, joy, love. Those are higher, faster frequencies. So let's say that I normally live in contentment. And that's my set point, because that's where I live. I think about that all the time. That's what my makeup is, that sort of thing. So I'm driving down the highway. All of a sudden, a car cuts me off, and I get angry. So now I'm in the lower, denser frequencies. And so then I go back to the office, and I'm telling all my colleagues, here's what happened. This knucklehead cut me off. Go home, tell my wife that. What am I doing? I'm vibrating angry energy. So I go to the supermarket, and there is somebody in line. I have 3 items, and I'm getting in line, and somebody ahead of me has 38 items. And the guy that's running the cash register, it's his first day, and he's not doing very well. He's very slow. Is that a coincidence? No, it's something for me to get angry about. So I'm attracting into my world whatever it is that I'm vibrating. So where my thoughts are, that's what's creating my reality.
Every morning, tell yourself, today is going to be a good day. Positivity attracts positivity, like a magnet. The brighter we shine, the more good things we attract.
Yours. And then after you do those things, after you see your dream, you think your dream, you dream your dream, you come down here, and what do? You speak it. You speak it into existence. You speak it, you teach it, you talk it. So that's speak it, teach it, talk it. And after you walk it like you talk it like you walk it, right? So after you talk it, and you see the words, walk it, be it, achieve it. That's what this symbolizes here. You walk it, the Million Man March. You be it, you achieve it, you actualize it. And that's the process. Think it, see it, dream it, speak it, teach it, talk it, walk it, be it, achieve it. #Lifestar.
Well, you can tell by the way I move, shorty, that I'm a ladies' man, a business man. Staying in line.
Who told Harpo to beat me? Was it you? Was it you? Color Purple musical. Bam! Just got Lifestar, official, registered with the county. You won't see my address there. Thanks to that person. Thank you. Thanks, honey. Who told Harpo to beat me? Was it you? Was it you?
큰일이네.
lot happened over the last few days. Rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan. Rest in peace, James Earl Jones. Rest in peace, Frankie Beverly. Rest in peace, Stan Matthews. Happy birthday, Stan Matthews. Anyway, roll that clip.
Tonight, the UN says northern Gaza's last major hospital is out of service following an Israeli military raid. The Kamal Adwan Hospital was in an area under siege for more than 80 days, according to the World Health Organization, with repeated attacks by Israeli drones, while terrified patients and staff sheltered within. Israeli forces stormed the facility yesterday, calling it a Hamas stronghold and saying they arrested 240 terrorists. Asked for evidence of their claims, the IDF provided these pictures of handguns and what they said was a bomb. The IDF also denying its forces started this fire, which broke out during the siege. Medics say troops forced them to evacuate even gravely ill patients, and that staff members were stripped and interrogated. This doctor and two other witnesses tell us Israeli troops beat people coming out of the hospital. The IDF says it's seen no proof of that. They kept us in the cold outside while we were naked, this patient says. The hospital's director, Hussam Abu Sufia, was among those arrested. NBC News has interviewed him several times.
Please, help us.
Israel now calling him a suspected Hamas operative without providing evidence. And the UN says the lives of 75,000 Palestinians in northern Gaza are now at risk with no major functioning hospital in the area. Gotti?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.
Today in Gaza City, a new horror was being revealed. Still smouldering, the rubble of a building that had housed dozens from the same family. Hospital staff initially said 15 had died, many more said to be trapped, as hard as they tried, with minimal equipment, to search for them. They found a woman's remains. Now they're searching for her mother.
You are so fucking bomb, yo. So, like, I'm so sincere about this. Get my website, my company and everything going because, you know, I'm at the crib sewing my ass off. And it's all good because people respond to it and think it's fresh and dope and fly. But at the same time, you know, it's null and void. Not null and void. I mean, it's all... it all works itself up to it, but it's time to put it online and to do something. Like if I'm not selling it, you know what I mean, and promoting it and advertising. So next week, I'm not going into the office. I'm going to do exclusively the steps to getting this thing off the ground and blah, 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 blah. So that's why I'm at with it. But I just wanted to thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, by the way, though. Not arrogant or nothing. I mean, am I arrogant? No, I'm not arrogant. I'm honest. Yeah, that's the best way I can put that. I'm honest, yo. I'm not arrogant. I'm honest. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Honesty wins. I'm honest. Honestly, I'm honest.
Last thing Dr. King ever said to me, 5 days, as a matter of fact, before he was murdered, was he was at my home. He had just finished a strategy meeting on the Poor People's Campaign. And he seemed quite agitated after what we thought was a very successful gathering and discussion. And he said to me, I said, what's the matter, Martin? You seem very agitated. He said, well, I am. Because I've come upon a thought, but I don't know how to deal with it this moment. I said, well, what is it? He said, we fought long for integration. It looks like we're going to get it. I think we get the laws. He says, but I'm afraid that I've come upon something I don't know quite what to do with. I'm afraid that we're integrating into a burning house. And when we asked for further clarification, Andy Young was with me at that time, my wife, others. He said, America's lost whatever little moral vision it had. Its moral sense has run away from the nation. And a nation that is not governed by morality and moral principles is a nation that's headed for an abyss. And I think black people have been struggling to get into this system, maybe getting into a system that in the final analysis is a Sodom and Gomorrah, will not work. Because its selfish goals, its need for profit, its need for supremacy, its need to be the best has clouded its moral vision. And with no moral vision, no nation can be healthy enough to lead its people anywhere except to destruction.
Jail killer cops! Jail killer cops!
Local prison reform activists demanding justice Saturday in the death of 43-year-old Robert Brooks. Brooks died December 10th at the Marcy Correction Facility in Oneida County. But this rally comes one day after the New York Attorney General's office released body cam footage showing correctional officers repeatedly kicking and punching Brooks while handcuffed. At one point, you can see officers striking him with a shoe and lifting his limp body by the neck to pick him up.
It's devastating. I mean, it's like, you know, people will say, oh, he's in prison, he must have done something. But the fact is, he was convicted, he was sentenced for whatever it was that he did. He didn't deserve to lose his life. No one deserves that. And especially like the horrible manner that it happened in.
Brooks was being transferred between facilities when this incident happened, his death prompting an investigation by the Attorney General's Office of Special Investigation.
I have a responsibility and duty to provide the Brooks family, their loved ones, and all New Yorkers with transparency and accountability.
Governor Kathy Hochul has ordered an immediate and full investigation into the death of Brooks. She also directed Department of Corrections and Community Supervision Commissioner Daniel Marticello to terminate the 14 individuals involved, which includes corrections officers, sergeants, and a nurse. In a statement, he says in part, "This type of behavior cannot be normalized, and I will not allow it to be within DOCCS. We will transparently and independently investigate this tragedy, but also our entire department to identify places where we can improve and make changes." Staff members involved have been suspended without pay, and the termination process has begun. One staff member resigned before the suspensions. Still, activists are calling for those involved to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
They should be prosecuted. Just like you beat somebody in the street and get thrown in jail for that, people who beat this man to death should face the same consequences.
I have to try and keep these videos under a minute or else it won't download or send. You know what I mean? The Tribe Called Quest album where, you know, they have the heads on there. What's that album called? I forgot, but so I cut out, you know, pictures. These are my nieces and nephews, and that's Wale and Ludacris and Rick Ross, you know, put heads in the crowd. I'm gonna put some more heads. There's, you know, George Washington or whatever. You know, the I Have a Dream speech, the Yes We Can speech, if you will. But, you know, Million Man March, Millie Man March, you know, everyone's looking up. Farrakhan, everyone's there, right? So,
Seen her outside. She ain't got no tire gloss on her right now, so you know it don't really pop. but at some point too, you know, these are 20s or whatever, but I want them a slightly wider tire, you know what I mean, so that it pokes out just a little bit the way yours do. I'll probably go bigger on the rims at that point. You know what I mean? I think these are 20s. If I can do 26, it just depends. I don't want to rub, and I'm not sure I want to raise the car. So if I can only do 22s or 24s without raising the car, I'll do that. If my money get crazy and stupid, then maybe I'll look at, you know, raising it and doing a bunch of other shit. It's just that when those things, when something go wrong, you know, you're not just paying for one thing. Now you got to go and pay for a couple things because you got all these modifications. So that's why I don't know about all that. Anyway.
Let's get right to the House Ethics Committee report on Matt Gaetz. We're learning more and more about the sex and drug allegations against the former Republican congressman who was forced to bow out as President-elect Trump's choice for U.S. Attorney General. CNN's Caitlin Polance has been studying the report and the supporting evidence that was released just a little while ago.
Million Man March, Millie Man March. You know, everyone's looking up. Farrakhan, everyone's there, right? So, he's even saying wise things, you know, like, you're the center of every group's attention, or you love it, whatever, I don't know. So, anyway, same with all of them. I'm making a little mirror out of all of them.
Women do nails, right? But you know what they tell other black women? What? We don't do feet.
I didn't know that. Are humble enough to serve their own people.
Some of them say it's nasty, and some of them say it takes too long to do both nails and feet, and I can just get a bunch of women out of there just doing their nails. But I said, they're doing something you're not.
Which means what? You just gave them control over the entire foot market. Because your lazy, selfish ass isn't humble enough to serve another sister who looks just like you. But let the white woman come in there. They probably eat their toe jam and everything. Kiss they boogies. Listen, history always repeats itself. Guess when we made that same mistake? During desegregation. Up until deseg, we were mostly what? Plumbers, mechanics, architects. And once the white man said you could come get an education at our university, guess what we did? I don't want to be no plumber no more. I don't want to be no farmer no more. I want to get me a desk job. And by making that decision, just like them sisters to not do feet, we gave every other community a monopoly on the industrial building trades that they keep in a headlock right now. I was told by a school reform commissioner officer in Philadelphia, we're the 6th largest public school district, the white labor unions do not want the building trades back in the black high schools. And do you want to know why? As long as the trades are not back in the high school, they have a monopoly on who gets training and who gets work. Simple, silly decisions like that sabotaging our economic growth as a people.
Before picture, stop it.
Meet the NFL player who doesn't wear shoes.
Mac's awesome. I love Mac. Honestly, probably one of my favorite people I've ever met. Golly.
Mac Hollins doesn't use utensils. He hasn't eaten a vegetable in 3 years and thinks small cats will steal your soul.
If it's a house cat, that'll steal your soul. Small cats will steal your soul, never have them around. Your hands will help you digest because your body knows that it's coming. Your hands will get the temperature of the food so you can better understand what it's gonna be before it goes in your mouth.
Obviously, his teammates love him for his unique personality, and his new nickname fits him very well.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's Tarzan.
When asked about why he walks around barefoot, this is what Mac said.
I think shoes are a tool, and people have made them a part of their body. Like, I wouldn't walk around with a hammer just because I might need a hammer sometimes.
Hollins has been meshing well with his new team. His energy infectiously has his Bills teammates imitating his own habits.
Started walking around barefoot yesterday, and you look around, there's 10 other guys barefoot.
Meet the NFL player who doesn't wear shoes.